This is a very short video. It's a reply to Bob, who was having troubles with his wheel bearings. He's got some stub axles and wheel bearings from Rovers North, but they said they're a bit of a tight fit. So he's asked me what they should be, and I thought you would like to know if you've got problems, because it has cropped up in the past where people are banging wheel bearings on. You shouldn't really have to. Now, I've just taken these out of, if you remember, we did a disc brake, drum brake to disc brake conversion on a 110. Well, I took the bearings out. There's no markings on this bearing. Usually marked Timken on the back. I'm not really sure of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure the insides of this and the stub. The stub here is obviously it's off the back, but the front and the back diameters are exactly the same. Now it does feel a little bit different. Yeah, feel it. There is a little bit of a difference where the bearings have been perhaps not so tight, so we'll measure it from the middle, and that should give us a good diameter, because then there's nothing been riding on there. Now I'm going to use today a new caliper. I just picked this up the other day. Kind of interesting little piece of kit. Everybody's got one, haven't they? But this one not only does metric, and it's a big screen by the way, and it does inch, but it also does fractions, which is really easy. So that little measurement I did there was 99 1/28. It's typical sort of American sort of size, I would have thought. Something really odd. Right, let's get down on the bench and let's have a look. Let's get set up. So first of all, we're going to measure. We'll set this to 0. We're not going to do fractions, we'll do it in millimetres. We'll clear the anvils, make sure that they're nice and clean. We'll set that to 0. And we'll measure it. And I'll come around here and I'll measure it with you. Now I'm going to put my hands on both sides of the anvil on here so we can get a nice square fit. That's measuring 45.26. Alright. 45.25 perhaps would be the right size. I'm rocking it just ever so slightly, because the problem with calipers is you can get them tipped and you can go like that and the measurement's completely way out. I hope you can see that. Let's zoom in a bit, you see. So that's why you've got to put your calipers on nice and square. Just give them a nip if possible. I would think that's 45.25. That seems a reasonable measurement. Like 45.25. Now we'll measure the bearing. Lots of people want to measure them from the back. You measure them from here, because these have got a rounded lead, you know, so they go on easy. But measure them from this side. $45.27. You see that? Let's see if we can turn it like that. 45.27 and 45.25. So there is a little bit of a clearance. We can prove that by simply slipping the bearing on like that. Now in the middle it feels beautiful. At the ends, tiny bit, but in the middle it's wunderbar. So there's some measurements to watch out for. Let's zoom out here. I hope that was helpful for you, Bob. But this stub is a genuine stub. It's not one of these Chinese ones. But like I say, I'm not sure of the bearings, but it seems about right. There's just a little bit of they're a little bit bigger. So I think that works out quite right. So we're going to make that Land Rover of yours better come hell or high water. We'll find out what's wrong with it. Alright, that's for Bob. If you found it interesting, well done. We're going to make our Land Rovers better naturally. Talk to you later. Bye.